Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, third graders. My name is Mrs. Nix, and I am so excited to be here with you this morning to support you as you become amazing thinkers, readers, and writers. This morning, I was looking through, it's a new book for me. This one's called Baseball Saved Us, and it's actually a kind of a dark time in our American history where Japanese were put into camps during World War II. However, even though it was a dark time, there was some joy. And these folks went through and found that baseball brought them joy. And so I'm always thinking to myself, what are some things that when you're not feeling so good and when things are not going so well, that you can do to bring joy? It's all about that overcoming adversity. And so this one, Baseball Saved Us, is a fantastic read. Now, where can you get it? You can check it out through your county library, or check to see if it's on Sora. It's an app that we use here in Fresno Unified, and we love to celebrate our schools that are checking out books on Sora. And speaking of that, we always like to do a countdown of the top 5 schools that have been checking out books. So let's see who's in that 4th place, and it's Turner Elementary. So great job, Turner. If you are interested in having your school up on our top 5 countdown, it's super easy to do. Just make sure that you're checking out your books on Sora and encouraging your classmates to do the same. Okay, I have one other thing that I want to just kind of put a plug in for. We have these activity books. They are free. All you need to do is send me a note to the address that's popping up on your screen right there, and let me know what your return address is. It is a super fun activity book. It's full of word searches and crossword puzzles, everything that you need to get your brain thinking and reading and writing. Okay. Let's get started today. I have 3 things that we're going to go through and practice today. I have common roots, closed syllables, and context clues at the very end. Okay, to help get us started today, let's warm up those brains, those super smart muscles we've got, and let's look at those high frequency words. Remember, these are words you come across often in your reading and writing, so it's important that you're able to not only read them, but to write them, so to spell them. If there's something that you see here today, make sure you jot it down and practice it throughout the week. All right, let's do it together. Let's read them. Should, would, yellow, years, your, right, laugh, and does. Excellent job. So I have 2 words we're going to practice today. I have yellow, Y-E-L-L-O, and years, Y-E-A-R-S. Okay. Let's use these in a couple of sentences. Help me out. So, my cat has eyes. Okay. And I went to visit her several ago. Okay, well, it doesn't make sense to say I went to visit her several yellow ago, right? No, so we must be talking about years. I went to visit her several years ago, and my cat has yellow eyes. What color eyes does your cat have? All right, great job. So let's dive right in today. Let's talk about some common roots. Now, common roots, when we know what those common roots mean, it helps us to understand what some related words can also mean. So I'm looking here and I see that tele means far off, afar, or at a distance. Well, that's going to help me when I look at words like telephone and television, because when I think about tele being far off, well, when I'm on the telephone, I'm not talking to someone in the room with me. I'm on the phone. I'm talking to them and they're far away. Just like television, the people are not there in my living room. but I can see them on a box, so they're coming from far away. Here's another very common root word. And so num, N-U-M, means number. So when we see words that have that N-U-M, we know that it has something to do with numbers. Let's look at some examples. So renumber, numeral, and number. And I even have this little guy right here because we can kind of cover it up so we can see it. See that N-U-M right there? Oops, numeral. We know that that's just a fancy way of saying digit and number. So those are going to help us as we are seeing new words. Okay, I'm going to switch gears just a little bit, and I want to talk about closed syllables. Now, I have this poster that we talked about at the beginning of the year, and I just kind of want to visually show you so that you can see. There are actually 6 different syllable types. This week, we're focusing on that closed syllable type, and that simply means that our vowel is going to be short, and following that vowel, to make it be closed, it needs a consonant. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So when I look here, get that out of my way. When I look here, I've got this word trumpet. Oops, I'm going to lose my pen. Okay. And the first thing that I want to do is I want to find the vowels. So think to yourself, what are the vowels? A, E, I, O, and U. Perfect. Okay, so I'm looking for those vowels here. And do you see them? All right, I see here's a U and here's an E. So when I see these 2 vowels, I know that this word has 2 syllables because each syllable has 1 vowel sound. So where do I split my syllables? Well, I'm going to put a V for a vowel, and I'm going to put a V for a vowel, and in between I have 2 letters, and these are, if they're not vowels, they're consonants, so I'm going to put C's for consonants. And anytime I have this pattern, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, I know that I can split my consonants right down the middle, and I've got 2 syllables. So here's my first syllable, trum, and then pet. And my vowels are short vowels. Okay, let's try it again. So I've got, here's my word. Now I know what it is, but I'm not going to say it out loud yet. Let's look for our vowels. So you could be doing this too. You can practice finding your vowels. There's 2 of them, E and O. I'm going to put a V for vowel. And then I've got 2 S's. Those are both consonants. Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. So I'm going to split right between my 2 consonants. Short vowel, because it's a closed syllable. It has a consonant after my vowel sound. So I've got le, sun. They both have short vowel sounds. So lesson. Okay, last one. Find it here, looking for the vowels. I've got 2 of them. Vowel, vowel. I've got 2 consonants right there. I'm going to split them right down the middle. Short vowel sounds. Problem. Problem. 2 syllables. Great. Okay. Let's look how to practice some of these as we go through and we look at a worksheet. So when we're thinking about dividing up our syllables, because this is something that is pretty common that you're going to be asked how to do, especially on an assessment. So you might see something just like this. So here's a strategy that you can do. Think to yourself, where are the vowels? So let's look at the word butter. I've got a U and an E. I'm going to put little V's above it. I've got 2 T's. Those are 2 consonants. And when I've got those 2 consonants, I know I can split right between my 2 consonants. So looking over here, which one follows that pattern? You got it. It's A. Good job. Okay. So let's go through. Let's do another one. These are kind of fun because when I've got these double consonant like this, I know that very quickly I've got 2 O's, that's the same thing, and I've got 2 L's, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. I'm going to split it down those consonants, follow, and where do we go? Oh, all the way over here. Nicely done. Okay, so I think that you're starting to see how to do this. This is a great thing for you to practice at home. What I'd like to do is I want to talk a little bit about those related words, those common roots that we were practicing earlier. And so looking at our list here, I've got 2 words, and we're going to find what is that common root. Okay, help me do it. So looking here, I've got some roots up here. I've got vita, auto, act, gram, and num. Okay, so in diagram and hologram, what do we see? What do we hear that's the same? Ah, gram, do you see it? It's right here, gram and gram. So I can just grab this guy and I'm gonna stick it right here so we can see it. All right, how about this one? Autograph, automobile. What do you see that's the same? Yes, auto and auto. So I know that those have to do, those words are related. How about this one? Vitamin and vital, what do we see? That's right, vita right there. So I can just quickly put it over here. Do you see how easy it is? We're looking for those root word parts that are the same. How about active and react? Yes, it's just gonna be act. And then our last one, renumber and numeral, we kind of talked about that at the very beginning. It just has that N-U-M, num. And what did it mean? It meant, that's right, number. Okay, let's finish out today talking about context clues, because essentially in 3rd grade, we're always looking and trying to practice and make sense of what it is that we're reading, and authors will give us clues, oftentimes just in the sentence itself. And so let's look for those clues so that we can figure out some of these unknown words. So in this example, a tragedy like a flood or a fire can change the lives of people forever. So the word tragedy, if I don't know what that is, the author gave me a clue. And the author did that because they were able to put, or did that by putting this word, I'm gonna put this little sparkly piece right here so it just kind of draws my eye to it. The word like. A tragedy like, and then I know what's gonna help, like a flood or a fire. So is a tragedy a good thing? Probably not. I definitely would say it's not a movie, but look right here, a terrible event. Do you agree that a flood or a fire is a terrible event? Yes. So use those context clues to make sure that it makes sense as you are reading your story. All right, 3rd grade, I just want to say thanks for hanging out with me today. We went through, we practiced those closed syllables, those common roots, and then we finished up a little bit with those context clues, and I know you can do that with your reading tonight. So remember, you are responsible for your learning success. So listen, ask questions, and share your ideas, because together we can do so much more. Can't wait to see you back here tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Morning to a brand new day, time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun, learning is good for everyone.